Hi, my name is Dike Mutombo, the son of Congo. Welcome to West Wing Week.
Welcome to the West Wing Week, your guide to everything that's happening at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, and far beyond. This 4th of July week, the President welcomed some newly naturalized Americans to the White House and spent time with middle-class families in Denver and Austin, while Dr. Jill Biden wrapped up a week-long trip to Africa. That's July 4th to July 10th, or responding to your letter in person.
Thanks for taking the time to meet with me.
The President honored the 4th of July in the most American of ways by hosting a naturalization ceremony in the East Room of the White House, where 25 active duty service members and their spouses became American citizens. On Monday, the President hosted a group of teachers for lunch in the Blue Room. On the menu, a discussion about Excellent Teachers for All, a program that focuses on making sure low-income and minority students have proper access to highly effective educators. Speaking of teachers, Dr. Jill Biden was just wrapping up a week-long trip to Africa, where she was leading an American delegation. Let's meet them now in West Africa, where they're on a ferry crossing the Sierra Leone River, for a report from the Second Lady.
We're here on the ferry. We just left Freetown in Sierra Leone. This was our last stop of our journey. We've been to 3 countries. We've been to Zambia, the Democratic Republic of Congo, and also Sierra Leone. We wanted to come because we're interested in women's empowerment, education, and government.
All 3 of these countries share some incredibly important common characteristics. First, they're all growing at more than 6 or 7% and have been for years. Second, they're all doing better in terms of helping their children survive and thrive. And we know from our experience around the world that when children survive past the age of 5, when girls go to school, when there's access to water and sanitation, those are the building blocks of a stable and prosperous society.
You know, from visiting the hospitals for the victims of gender-based violence, to the schools, to meeting with the parliamentarians, everyone seems to be moving forward, working together to hopefully raise up these women and give them hope for the future.
On Tuesday, the President hit the road on a 3-day swing to Colorado and Texas, where he met with Americans who've written him letters and whose stories, their challenges and successes, resonate with folks all across the country. His first stop was Denver, where he headed to Wazee Supper Club. He surprised a pretty rowdy crowd and sat down in a quiet corner for pizza and to deliver his reply in person to 5 letter writers. Then the bear got loose again, heading down 15th Street for an evening stroll in Denver's lower downtown neighborhood, known as Lodo. He spent time with babies, kids, parents, even some grandparents.
I think you need to shake hands with that.
Hey, happy birthday. Hey, Lauren, happy birthday. Where's John? Where's the governor? Come on, man, we gotta do some knuckles here.
Then it was time for pool and a pint down the road at Wind Coop Brewing Company, where he met up with Governor Hickenlooper for a couple of games of pool. The President took him for $20.
Ready to go?
Ready.
Wednesday morning was the perfect summer day in Denver for a gathering in Cheeseman Park.
She's ready.
The President spoke on the economy and was introduced by one of his dinner mates from the night before. Alex works for a Denver small business owner who gave each of his employees a raise after hearing the President call for raising the nation's minimum wage. So Alex simply wrote the President to say thank you, and the President came to Denver to reply in person.
Alex, a big round of applause for that great introduction.
From Denver, it was on to the Lone Star State. The first stop was Dallas, where the President met up with the governor and gathered a group of local officials and faith leaders to address the growing numbers of unaccompanied minors arriving at the U.S.-Mexico border. On Thursday in Austin, the President highlighted the actions his administration has taken, more than 40 since January, to benefit hard-working middle-class families.
Sometimes I feel like saying to these guys, I'm the guy doing my job. You must be the other guy. People don't have to be quiet, by the way.
He made some stops along the way for coffee and then, of course, for some hill country barbecue. He met with folks who'd written him letters that had moved him, and with others who just happened to be out doing their Austin thing.
Very, very nice.
Thank you so much.
Spending time with Dad, I'm big on that. Look at this table. This is some serious French toast eaters right here. Cheese, 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 cheese. Cheese works, everybody.
Oh, that is cool. That is good.
You guys are going to have to send me a picture from Machu Picchu.
Of course.
So thanks for doing your thing and staying engaged with us online. And remember, you can find out more information about any of these topics or see complete videos of these events at whitehouse.gov. And thanks again for checking out your West Wing Week.
I'll bet she's gonna give us a little bit. How you doing, sweetie? You doing okay? How old is she?
7 months.
Is this your first?
Yep, sure is.
You guys did good. You might have to have another one.
I think we might. Well, somebody's got to take over this place.
Absolutely. So how did you start this place?
One thing led to another. And built a trailer. People came.
How long ago?
4 years ago.
It's just booming.
Yeah. It's been an interesting 4 years.
So what were you doing before that?
Rock and roller, professional beer drinker, and restoring houses.
Yeah, so you had all kinds of stuff.
No, just a bunch of odd jobs, really. And Stacy paid the bills. She worked at West Coast forever.
Yeah. So how did you guys get the financing for that?
We self-financed. We cash flowed everything. Yep. Well, give us a holler.
You got a beautiful family.
Hey, thank you.
All right.
Thank you. Hey, thank you much.
For what?